Hello, Georgia551, and we are going to start yet another phase of the Paul Salvatelli Stadium. And not much was quite visible in the boring, slow SD video formats. So I'm showing you again in HD what we have thus far. We got the main front side completed, and I thought I got the first levels of the back, but I forgot to make the bleachers on that little side there, so that's not exactly 100%. And finally, every chest has cobblestone to be smelted into smooth stone to be made into stadium building blocks. All the ovens have full coal storage, so we're set there. And remember those mountains that we had to get rid of? What mountains? That's right. Completely gone. And while I was at it, I built a street that went along this side. And I did a proper backfilling on the back side of the stadium. So we got that to look forward to. We did all that. And I did some other projects while gathering up the cobblestone to start this next phase. I don't even remember what phase number it is. So again, here it is in spectacular high definition. Still the same slow 15 frames per second, which helps make the file sizes a lot more manageable when editing. And we got a sheep infestation. Well, they're either going to be moved out or killed. While I was gathering stuff, I took some gravel and marked off the spaces for where everything is going to go. And the idea is this is named after a former football player who is highly religious. And the reason I bring that up is every rib, granted it's actually 8 spaces, but in terms of architectural detail, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a holy number. And I tried spacing all of these end zone sides 7 out, and it actually worked. It comes out even. The only sides that didn't really come out are along the front and back. And right here, you can see there's kind of a corner, which actually does work out. It kind of gives it a slightly rounded corner. So it's off by 2, but it's off in a way that it works perfectly fine. So that's what these empty gravel blocks are for. They represent where the support columns go. And once again, this will be one of the locker rooms. And right now, their sole purpose, well, they almost all have 64 pieces of coal in it, which is as much as you can put into an oven. And, well, not 100% full, but we're pretty close. As you can see, we got a lot there. We got smooth stone just waiting to be used. And you got smooth stone here just waiting to be used. So basically right now, let me just... wrong button there. I'm going to fire up 6 of those. We're going to get the process underway. So once again, we are getting ready to build more of Salvatelli Stadium. And those 3 ovens over there will turn the sand into glass, which is very helpful because you can use it to work our way up as a stepping stone, literally. And we should be able to finish this side, and again, we're just working on the shell right now, and work on one of these end zones. And I will leave a gap open so I can easily go between the ends of the stadium. And like I said, the animals that are infesting it will either be killed or moved out. I'll try the humane way. Worst case scenario, we kill them and the computer will just spawn new ones anyway. So that's the update right now. And we'll be back to see how we've done. Alright, here's the next part of the Salvatelli Stadium project. I've only been at it for a day, and because of collecting massive amounts of charcoal, this is the side we all know and love. And here's the other side. That's right, it's pretty much all done, with the exception of some of the ornate detail on the outside along the very top. And as you can see, the railing is not there, but other than that, as I said, I'm concentrating on the shell. Doors and other things will come later. And now that we're working on a third side, the field itself will now serve as a spot to grow trees to make charcoal. Because as we step over on this side, the city side, as you can see, getting ready to do the third side of this stadium. And the way it all aligns, right here, this is the actual center. And yes, the clubhouse entrances are off by one. That's the way the design worked. We have a 4-rib section that will make up a piece, followed by decorative detail, rib, and then what have not. So the only thing that's left on this side besides the railing, and I know it's dark so you won't be able to see it, is to do the decorative touches along the back, because that's very plain looking. And there you have it. Next up, what happens along the other side? The new one, that is. Okay, I depleted every bit of cobblestone that I had, transformed it into rock, made the bricks, made the slabs, and we all know we've done this section a long time ago. That's the home side. Then of course the visitor side was only about a little more than half complete. And now, as you can see, I have pretty much completed it. And I decided for the center of the building that it'll have a wider staircase and a wider door. But here's something else I did. That's right, I finished the third side as well. But then you're looking at this and saying, what about this? That's not the third side being completed. Well, if you've noticed how this was being built, if you've watched from the get-go, this building, stadium, everything in between, is built in 9 sections. Of course, this field is the middle section. And then, from there, we did this section, the home side. And then when we got that completed, did the visitor side. And once we got that completed, the home side, home field goal side, was completed. And then ultimately, the visitor side, visitor's field goal. And again, you're asking, what about this? Like I said, the sides are what I was planning to do. And what I was going to do separately, after I got the 4 sides, I would do the 4 corners. That one, and of course the 2 over there. But I changed my mind. So once I got this 3rd side completed, I was going to hit the corners, and, well, and then as you can see there, I've ran out of material. So let's show you what's here. As you know right now, this is completely hollow. This is going to be the very last thing to do, is fill all this stuff in. And over here, I'm not sure how everything's going to go together, but we'll have stairs that go up to the 2nd deck at some point in time. And then I'm going to cut through the upper level over here at some point in this corner and make stairs going to it as well. As you can also see, on this side and side opposite when I get to it, is that here and on the other end there will be 2 loading docks. One right there and one on the opposite side. And while we're on this side of the stadium, here we got another set of entrances or exits, depending on how I'm going to ultimately work that out. As you can see, I didn't quite finish the detailing. I wanted to get as much of this corner done as possible, so I could at least build up to it. There's the 2nd loading dock area. So we'll go over here and listen to more ambulances, and so you can see I got the main walls completed, but I didn't go all the way to the very top. So that's what we have for you. And while we're at it, I'll just show you this other corner that I started and ultimately ran out of material. It is a long way there, so and then I jump out on the field, which I really didn't want to do. Oh boy. So here's a corner I didn't quite get to complete. You see, I got the stadium seating up to that point, and I was building the walls, and then I ran out of material. And that's as far as that got. However, when I ran out of all the important materials, I then had a bunch of concrete slabs left over and some steps. So instead of just throwing them into storage, I started to I sort of started the final side to the building. So we got this, and this floor here, this will be the actual height of the finished floor. This is where I carved away that mountain. You can see this is not the finished floor, and this is. And everything I kept right up to here is going to be, as I said, the finished floor at some point. And when I was carving away the mountain that used to be here, I left that slab, so I don't have to make that section. And just to make things look a little less than unrealistic, I just put these fake railroad type wooden planks under it, just so it kind of looks feasibly realistic that it's not just floating in air. And that's all we've got for you. So that's that. And a lot of the material used was dug out of this mountain, the Underarms Hotel. I mean, you won't see, There's not much here to see, but just got some basic building blocks here. A little of this still needed to be carved out. Just want to show you where some of the raw materials have come from. Almost this entire floor was still completely solid. Carved that out completely. And then when we get to the guest room area, this was completely carved out. Almost like 90% of this was still completely solid. And we still got a lot here. This is removing a mountain and replacing it with a hotel. And in the process, we got the building materials to build this gargantuan thing. So we're going to end this video looking at it one last time. Here we are. So once again, we finished the visitor side, and we also finished, in terms of the shell, we finished the home field goal side. And like I said, I was going to do the corners last, but then I changed my mind. And one of the corners got completed. And we almost eked out that corner. And that's what we got. This is George F551 saying, next video, we'll be starting that side. Of course, after we gather what we need to finish that. And hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.